Hey y'all, welcome to Film Ride 315. I'm actually editing this video right now. Just wanted to throw this in here. I just went ahead and bought a snorkel kit. These have been out of stock. I was calling around dealers. I live in New York. We ended up finding this in Florida. Shout out to them in the description. I forgot the name of the dealership at the moment, but they were able to hook me up and send this up here. So I haven't seen any snorkel installs yet, so hopefully I'll be the first one. Like and subscribe, thanks. I'm gonna be going through a tutorial on how to install a sport roof on a second generation Canam Commander. I've seen a few videos out there. None of them have the two-piece with the rear visor. I'm not sure if something changed between this and the Maverick. So let's get this on here. All right, here's what I had shipped to me from Canam. Here's a little easy parts breakdown. I highly recommend, if you guys get parts from Canam or if you're going to order parts, go ahead and look up that SKU that comes with it from instructions.brp.com. I'm going to post all the tools I needed for this install below. I do not have a threaded insert tool, but I do have some bolts that were laying around that I think will do the job. Okay, for this, I'd recommend a wrench, if you have one, a ratcheting crescent wrench. Go ahead and put that in the cage. Now, I'm just using this to keep pressure on this bolt, and the wrench should be doing all the work. And go ahead and back that off. A little more, a little loose. Oh yeah, that feels snug. You'll feel it tighten up on you. Wiggle, and we're good to go. No issues here. All right, we're gonna get this seal installed on the back visor. I like to prep the surfaces with brake cleaner. Just wet the rag. Go ahead and go over it real quick on both. The BRP manual says roll this over about 2 inches. So that looks good to me. Cool. And then to keep dirt and dust off of it for now, just cut a little piece off. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this forward. Put this in place. All right, next up, I'm gonna prep this roof. Same thing, just gonna run a little bit of brake cleaner along this edge. This is where you're gonna install that gasket. I went and stole my wife's kitchen scissors, so hopefully that'll make cutting a little easier. Let me just test fit this real quick. Alrighty, we're gonna get this back visor fastened. You're gonna need the T30 Torx bit, a 13 mil socket, and a the P8, P10, and P11, the bolt washer nut for this. Go ahead and run your bolt through your washer. Slide that through the cage, line it up. Make sure you secure it lightly on both sides and then come back to tighten them down after. Before you slide this on to the rear visor, you want to install these clips. This just fastens the nut onto here so you can run these bolts through. All right, next up, get these gaskets and spacers ready. This gasket just kind of slides right over the spacer. Now these spacers, make sure you're doing the non-coated bolts for these. These are going to be part number P15 and the washers are P9. 2 washers on the top and then 2 on the bottom along with the nut, which is P14. We'll go ahead and move to the front of this vehicle. All right, now that you got these spacers in, you're going to run them right through the cage. And it should pop out right here. Just set up. All right. Take your washer. It's gonna be one of the smaller washers and the smaller Teflon nut. Go ahead and do this for both sides. Same situation. I'm just gonna finger tighten these. I'm gonna come through and fasten everything later when I get it lined up how I want it. Again, you have driver's side, passenger side. All right, now we're gonna secure these rear cage brackets. You're gonna use the longer Torx screws with the smaller washers, and you're gonna run them in through these cage brackets. Now you're gonna be using the T30 Torx bit. And go ahead and affix that to the cage and run it up. At this time, I'm only screwing these down finger tight. I'm gonna come back through here later and secure everything once it's all lined up. Make sure you put 2 washers on these outside rear screws. This is so the screw tip does not pierce the roof. I did not see that in the manual my first time around. Quick fix and we're good to go. At this point, you should have the 4 rear mounting brackets in, or mounting screws, the 2 brackets, and the 2 outer front screws. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the front of this cage. And then I'm just gonna fasten this to the point where it's touching, but it's still movable. Now that you have all the fasteners in, you're going to want to go around and check all the spacing, even it out the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to measure anything, but you can have a lot of play in here and it'll look kind of goofy. If you have doors and stuff, I'm sure it'll stick out more, but yeah. Just kind of move things around where you want it and secure it and you'll be good to go. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and like and subscribe if you guys found this helpful. Leave a comment, and yeah.